Here's my video on the 2011 Ruger Rimfire Series World Championship held out at Founders Ranch, New Mexico in early August. My dad and I both shot in this particular event and had a great time. There are two divisions. It's all rimfire. The open division is any firearm with scopes, optical sights, light gathering scopes, battery-powered optics, laser, compensator, or a muzzle brake, which I thought was interesting given that this is rimfire, but a muzzle brake puts you in the open division. I shot the limited division, which is firearms with iron sights. Adjustable sights, fiber optics are allowed, but no electronic sights. Of course, eye and ear protection are required. Really open to members, people of all ages, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. Basically, you sign up by the date noted online. More info to follow on that. You show up, you find out what squad you've been assigned to. Our squad had 9 people in there. There was me and Dad. There was actually a family of 4 that had come out. Only the dad, Andy, and his 2 girls, Tony and Allie, shot. His wife, Angela, ended up kind of being our squad mom. Here's one of the courses of fire that I was actually on camera for rather than behind the camera. There's Angela, and then there's Andy there. And I think I actually highlight people as we go through on here. So once you know what squad you are, you find out which one. You shoot 6 courses of fire for each type of weapon, pistol and rifle. We actually had rifles on the first day and then pistols on the second day. And the courses, you don't repeat. It's 12 actual different courses of fire, so it's not like you show up with rifles one day and shoot them and then they don't change the next day. So it's actually 12 different courses of fire, and then they all have different sponsors and names, which I noted on here. I didn't note the sponsors, though. I'll get into at least a few of those. So you meet some great people at this event. I actually met Ken Jorgensen from Ruger, Scott Volquartzen. Michael Bane from Shooting Gallery was out there, so I got to meet him in person. That was pretty cool. There's Tony. She was the older of the 2 girls. And then here comes Allie, which was the younger of the 2. And you can see Dad right up in there coaching her. Her dad. So basically the way it works, and this is kind of a good one to show, is you get up into the starting position prior to your time to get up there. That's just impressive. But before you get up there, you have a shooting order, so you can go load your magazines, before it's your turn, so that you're ready. You go up with 5 magazines loaded, maximum of 10 rounds per magazine. So the magazines for a 10-22 or like my Mark III Hunter work perfectly for this. So when you start, they give you some of the range commands. They cover them. I don't want to say they get repetitive, but they're the same as you go through each course of fire, and you kind of hear them a little bit later on where you see my 5 strings on one of the pistol courses of action, courses of fire from the second day. Starting position is with the firearm loaded, trigger finger off the trigger and outside of the trigger guard. Firearm will be pointed at the cone in front of the shooter. Mechanical safeties are not required to be engaged, but can be at the shooter's discretion. And then the way it's scored is you can shoot the targets in any order you want except for the stop plate. And the stop plate will either be a red plate or the one at the top of the pole that has red on it. So you have to shoot that one last. You can shoot the rest of them in any order you want as fast as you can. And then they have some different awards, which I'll get into here momentarily. These are the cowboys, which have their own requirements of like a hat, a cowboy hat, lever action rifle, and single action revolver. You get, if you hit the stop plate and you have any misses, they count as a 5-second penalty. If you don't manage to not hit the stop plate, go through all your 10 rounds and don't hit the stop plate, the maximum score or time that you can get is 30 seconds. So here we are on the second day, getting back to the awards, going through some of my notes and the little handbook they give you when you get out there, part of our peanut gallery. My wife and daughter had actually just flown in from back east the day before, the afternoon of the first day of the shoot. My daughter had spent the summer back there on vacation. So as far as the awards, they have Top Lady, Junior Champion, under 18, Top Cowboy, Top Rifle, Top Pistol, Overall Champion, again falling within the divisions of Open and Limited. Senior for 50 to 61 years young, and Super Senior for 62 plus years young, as they put in the guide here.
There you are.
But you don't have to hit the bonus plate.
Right. It's on the way.
Yeah, some have 5, some have 6 targets, some have optional targets that are a little bit further back. So if you hit them, you get I think it was a 3-second bonus to your time. Just trying to look through my notes and make sure I'm not missing anything here. So here are my 5 strings as shot by my 7-year-old daughter. It's nice to be in front of the camera once in a while. So you shoot one string, you change out magazines, and do it all over again. You wait for that beep. And go as fast as you can, in any order, as long as you hit the stop plate last. And then all your times are added together. So you want each string to be as fast as you can. Some locations, I think you can throw out your worst string. I don't believe that they did at this one. Or maybe that's what they used to do. It really wasn't clear, but it's definitely not here in the rulebook as far as the scoring for being able to drop your worst score. So I think I'm trying to prove why you need 10 rounds in each magazine, just in case, for what, 6 targets? Yeah, just like that. Again, each course of fire is sponsored. I mean, just some of them that are on here. There were a ton of sponsors overall, but each course of fire had one sponsor. There were Ergo Grips, Chiappa Firearms, Timney Trigger, Cheaper Than Dirt, Pro Mag, 511 Tactical. Just a bunch. The door prize table was just insane. I mean, I can't say that everybody left with a door prize, but there were probably, I think there was 120, 125 shooters at this particular event. And I would bet about 90% of them went home with something. I think they ended up giving away like 6 10-22s, 4 or 5 Mark II and Mark III Hunters. That was a great run. Tony and Allie, just awesome shooters, awesome family. Hope to shoot with them again. And this is actually the first course of fire. And there's Andy showing how it's done. Wow. There's Dad. But the first squad that they set up are all professional shooters, so they actually, fall under the open division, and that's where they started the first day, and they were getting like 1.5 second times on this course. Gary and Jody. We kind of started to work better as a group, I think, as time went. I mean, you get someone up there and say hit, just in case, because you kind of listen for the steal, but, in the course of going through the process, I mean, you may or may not hear it. If you don't see the dust cloud and you hit the post, you can't really tell. This is our last course of fire. The shade was nice. In August, it gets a little warm, even up in the mountains. Good shot of the cone and kind of just how the course of fire is set up. And apparently each one of these is different. To kind of give you a guide on the Ruger website, which I'll go into. As of January 2012, as I'm putting this together, they haven't updated any of the dates on the site. So the link will be here in a moment, so you can pause the video. I got 76th overall, and Dad got 92nd. Not bad out of 125 for our first time. The match director did an awesome job. The location was great. It's $70 per person, $90 if you're like me and didn't get in by the deadline. There's the site, so you can pause as needed and go out there to the main website on the Ruger. And just a great time. And here's my daughter's parting song that she learned while on vacation back east.
flips, 'cause he hasn't any hips. A boy's best friend is his mother. His mother. Well, looking out the window, a second-story window, I slipped and sprained my toes on the pavement. Go get the Listerine, sister wants a bow. A boy
I actually hadn't seen her for almost 6 weeks by the time she got back, and it was great to see her.
Ta-da!
Thanks for watching.
Yay, good job.